Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner, and of course it is Saturday, so it's time for a color and chat. Yay! I like color and chats. Hi Barb. Yeah, I know, three more. I know, I'm so excited. It just keeps going up and up and up, and it's just fantastic. So what do you all think of the new format? Uh, I've got it so that you can see the new members. So welcome Marie Paula Domus. Marie Paul Dennis, that's it, who is a new subscriber. Thank you very much for subscribing. And it says new donation, but I haven't figured out what to put there. So, how is everybody this morning? Exactly, Barb. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Let's get me over 1,000 people so I can get my community tab. So, how are you today, Barb? Hi, Viking. Hi, Blue. So, what do you all think of my new format? Hi, Kelly. Good morning. So I found a merman and mermaid picture. So we're going to cover two different hashtags today. We've got the mermaid hashtag as well as the manly May in color hashtag. This picture is from Meadow Heaven by Adele Lorraine. I have it written on the back so that I don't forget. Overloaded with castle arts? Yeah, I bet. I went through and swatched everything again and put names on my pencils. So all my new pastel pencils have their name tags. I'll show you. I'll put it on close up. I'll put the pastel pencil name tags on there. I found some clear name tags, um, some clear labels. So yeah, it is 10 a.m. on Saturday morning here. I'm going to switch back over to the main. So I have been playing with these a little bit. As you can probably see, I've colored that fin on her tail there because I wanted to see how well these lovely pastello colored pencils played with the Faber-Castell polychromos. And they play really nicely. I was really excited. Because the one thing that bugs me about the Faber-Castells, other than, not much bugs me about them, but the one thing that does bother me is there's not a lot of really soft colors. They're very bright, very vibrant, in your face colors. So there's not a lot of really soft colors unless you go really soft handed, which sometimes I just don't do. Sometimes I put a little bit too much pressure and get really dark colors. So I am really excited that these play really well with the Faber-Castells and gives me more of a soft color range that I can mix in to the Faber-Castell Fantastic polychromos. So I'm really excited about that. So it's almost midnight there. Well, thank you very much for staying up to hang out with me, Blue. I appreciate that. No, it is actually just a part of the screen. Pretty little picture that I put on. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic news because, I'm I have a full set of the whole beans already, so I didn't want to, pull out two different sets to mix them together. So I have room in my bag with my polychromos. So I'm just going to put these straight into the bag with the polychromos and use them with my Faber-Castell polychromos. So it's 7 o'clock there. Well, at least it's not, past bedtime, Viking. Yeah, so I was pretty thrilled with that. And I have blended them with the Caran d'Ache blender stick, and they blend really nicely together with the blender stick as well, which also thrilled me. I've just been all over the place this morning being thrilled. Other than the fact that my dog got me up at quarter after 5 this morning. I have done all sorts of things this morning. I finished off the Faber-Castell Classic Color resort and swatch. I labeled all my pastel colors. I picked out my page that we're going to play with, and all sorts of things done today. Nice. Well, that's fantastic, Viking. It's great that you're actually, sleeping at night. I'm starting to think you might be a vampire. And it's good that you're getting some sleep because I know that sometimes you have trouble sleeping too. So the smokiness in the moving blue circle and the little silver frame are all a layover, an overlay that I have put over top of the camera frame. It's just a new little thing I've been playing with to make it pretty. It might be annoying, and that's why I ask, because if it's annoying, I'll change it. Well, not today, but I'll change it at some point. But yeah, that's just a spirally little light. It's really kind of cool. Yeah, exactly. A lot of sets do lack those pastel colors, and the polychromos is one of those sets that lacks it. Um, Out of my sets, um, I think that's the one I use the most that really lacks it. So, of course, I'm not the most. I'm not the first. Everybody worries about you, Viking, because we love you. Nobody else will tell you that. Yeah. So, for even the shipping and everything else into the US, I figured it out yesterday, and it's $128 cheaper for the pastelos than the whole beans. So I was really quite happy to hear that. You like my little blue sun? I thought it was cute. I like the foggy, misty. It's all really cool. Well, it's the truth, and you know it, Viking. All right. So let's get started here. I'm not going to finish up on her because it's a really small area and it's really hard to see, but I will work on him, and I think I want to do him in more blues and her in more greens. So I'm just going to put this one aside and we'll pick out some nice blues. So I think we want helio turquoise and cobalt turquoise. Cobalt turquoise. Somebody buzzing me. Probably my YouTube telling me I'm live again. Okay, so that's cobalt green. I want cobalt turquoise. There we go. And I'm just going to bring the fin color, the tail colors up to where his, I assume, gills are. And then I'll fade it into the skin tones, and his little spots I'll do in his tail colors and his fin colors. Same with on his arms. We'll do his fins and into his arms up to about here, and then we'll start fading this part into skin tones. So let us switch on over to the close-up camera. And we will get started. Let's start down here, and we'll start on the fade, and we'll because it's in the center of the screen, we'll do his chest area and his face. I don't know how much we'll get done today, but we will try to get lots of it done. And I'm using helio turquoise, or no, cobalt turquoise number 153 right now. And if there's a new subscriber that comes on while we're streaming, you'll know it. There's a I found things. It makes it go pretty. So I'm just bringing in that darker color, fading it to the edge there so that when I bring in that lighter color, it will be able to be blended. I want this to be a little bit darker, I think. Now hopefully I'm not completely off screen. Trying to keep it in the center of the screen. I'm really bad at that. I'm sorry, guys. I get carried away with what I'm doing, and I just keep on talking and moving the page, and I don't look up. And I do that all the time. Okay, so I'm just bringing it down here a little bit into his fins. I think I chose the wrong paper for this. It's gliding a little bit more than I want it to. It's not grabbing the paper as much as I'd like. But that's okay. We will work with it. Alrighty, so we're going to do this area. I just drug that down his fin a little bit there. It is a really nice design. It took me a couple of minutes to figure out where things are because it's not extremely detailed. You got to put those little extra details in yourself while you color. So this area here, all behind them, is water, and everything from here down is ocean floor. So I've got to be careful where I'm coloring different colors so that I don't accidentally color the ocean floor the wrong color. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to make it dark on the edge and bring it in. And while I was looking for this design, I realized that I have a PDF of the Forest Girls coloring book that I got in hardcover, which is really cool because then I can just print it out instead of coloring in the book. I don't remember where I got it from. I must have gotten it a while ago because I don't remember where I got it from, or I probably bought it off of Etsy or something when it first came out because I really wanted it. But I was quite excited to find that. Okay. I was looking for a mermaid picture that wasn't cutesy. I have a lot of cutesy mermaid pictures. I didn't feel like doing cutesy today. I like cutesy, I just wasn't feeling cutesy today. Alright, now we're going to take, let's see what color. Porcelain blue. And aqua. And we'll see how well they blend together in large areas. It's such a light color. And we'll take the aqua. And I'm just going into a V shape down towards his belly button there. And I'll do the same thing from this side. But I'm just going to make sure that I leave enough above that I'm not going to get a line. I'm going to take this and go into here. Definitely getting that fade effect, which is really cool. I like it. Yeah, I like how it brings that coloring down a bit and fades into it. It's really nice. I'm going to do the other side just so that we can work evenly. Although there's not much even about them. Excuse me. I think I need more coffee. Just making sure that I leave some up here for the skin tones to blend into. Bring that line out a bit. Got a harsh line. Don't like harsh lines. And just like with the Holbeins, they do take a little bit of time to build up the color, but these ones are a little bit stiffer than the Holbeins. They don't smoosh. They don't smoosh as much, which is great. just going to take that, bring it out a bit more. Just add a bit of the porcelain blue. Yeah, the only thing that probably that I will probably find won't work very well for these pencils with streaming is that they do take quite a bit of layers to build them up to a good consistency of color. I think I've chosen the wrong paper. Like I said before, the polys were gliding over it a little bit too easily. So it tells me that it doesn't have enough tooth. And I probably grabbed the marker paper instead of the paper, which I could probably tell you right now that I did, because this is really smooth. I just grabbed the wrong paper, but we'll work with it. We'll see how it does. Worst comes to worst, we reprint it and do it again, right? Because it is a PDF. But I like the fact that they are blending really nicely with the fibers. So, it might not be something that I use all the time, but definitely something that will add to my polychromos. Give it that little bit of extra highlight ability. I think I need to bring this out a bit more here. So I'm just adding a bit more of the cobalt turquoise, cobalt turquoise. Just bringing it all out. Yeah. Um, well, let's give it a shot. Because now that I know that they work well with these, I know that the square um, Marcos work really well with the square broke funers. But I will have to give them a try and find out if they work with square brutes. The one thing I will say is they are harder than the brutes. Um, they're definitely a layering pencil. If you press too hard, you're going to cut into your page and not get that graduation that you want. I think that looks pretty good. It's showing way more blue on the screen than it is on my picture. It's got this area down here that's a little greener from this pencil. But it may just be my monitor too. I've done enough technical fiddling, I may have messed it all up. Okay, so we're just going to do this up here a little bit. And I'm just doing it really, really lightly. Because now I'm going to take the light flesh, which is number 132. And I'm going to go right into that blue color. And give a little bit of it down here. And then we're going to get, which one is it that I want? I want, oh dear. I haven't used these in a while, can you tell? Yeah, I think I want a little bit of light red violet. We'll do his muscle structure a little bit. go through and do a couple of the shadows. Yeah, I don't mind if the pastels are a little bit harder either. That is true. They are really soft and do cover really quick, really heavy. Which color? The blues? I like the blues. I like how they blended together. I like the light red violet too. It's a great color for shadows especially. So I'm just using the violet to put in a few of the shadows and definitions of the skin areas. And then we're going to take Caput Mortem, I do believe. Yeah, Caput Mortem. And we're just going to extend those out a little bit. Definitions, definitions. Let's define that chest bone. I'm doing this very, very loosely because I'm going to be going over it with some of the skin tones and blending it in. I do not like the black barreled ones. I have a set of Brute Funers that I bought out of, well, they came out of a package that I bought from a company called Wan Shui is one of the companies. The other one is, oh goodness, brain has just not decided, has decided that I'm not going to remember the name of it. South Sun, there we go. And I have used ones out of both those sets, and they are exactly the same. They have changed their numbering on the colored barrel ones. So my set, a friend of mine bought a set last year, and my set that I bought 2 or 3 years ago does not match her colors. So they've changed the coloring, the color numbers on them. And that's why I don't usually use them for streams, because I'm going to shout out a number and people are not going to know what number that is because they don't match anymore. Yeah, I like the squares too. And we're going to use a little bit of Venetian, is it Venetian red that we need? Yeah, a little bit of Venetian red on his. chestal area here. And then we're going to use a bit of cinnamon. But yeah, I have tried the black barrel ones and they are exactly the same as every other black barrel pencil out there in a 180 set. Um, I think they are exactly the same as the Shuttle Art, and like they have the exact same colors. I have the 174 Shuttle Art set and they are identical. So I sent them back. I don't need a set of pencils that I already have with a company name that I like. Yes, the squares are beautiful. I love the squares. After getting the Marco squares, I've decided that I kind of really like square pencils. I like the feel of them in my hand. So I'm just going around with the cinnamon and bringing that skin tone down and out into the chest area. We're also going to go in there with some medium skin tone and then we'll go over it with the light skin tone again. Normally I would do an entire area of the light and then bring all these colors into it and then blend it with the light, but this paper is not going to let me do that. Hi, Della. Yes. Not the Guanghai. The Guanghai, the only Guanghai ones that I have been able to find are the watercolor ones. But South Sun and Wan Shui have the colored barrel brute funers in them, and you can get them off of Amazon fairly cheap, or you can go to AliExpress and buy the ones that are specifically said that specifically say brute funer oily based colored pencils, but don't buy the 180 set. I think the colored barrel ones only go up to 168. The 180s are the black barrel ones, and I just don't like them. And it's not that I don't like them; they're not brute funer, in my opinion. They're a different brand altogether. Yeah, I think I know what your favorites are. I think Castle Arts has made her have to get a secondary dresser. I like the castle arts, but I have an old set of castle arts, so again, another one that I won't use for doing streams and whatnot because I don't have names on mine, I just have numbers. And I know that there's a swatch chart out there that you can get, and I do have it and downloaded it and whatnot. And I have even printed it out, but so far I have not had the time to actually do anything with it. So I gotta do that soon. Now we're going to take medium flesh, which is number 151, and I know these are color numbers are not on the pencils anymore, so if you have a new set, those are not the colors that you will see. Yes. The castle arts come in a black barrel and they're really nice as well. But yeah, the Brute Funeral black barrels, I'm not fond of those. They're the exact same as Sioux color, as oh, so many other ones. Anything that has a 180 that came out at the same time, they're probably the exact same pencil. Just bringing that flesh tone into the green again. Make sure that we get a good blend there. Yeah, I bet they are. And then we're just going to take our light skin tone again. Actually, I want to try this flesh color. Let's see this flesh color. Where is it? Flesh. I might use it for highlight area. So let's try in here. Oh yeah, that works pretty good. Yeah, exactly. When I bought my Faber-Castells, they were a lot less expensive than they are now. But right now they have a 30% off coupon going for their website. So, which is a pretty good savings. So I'm just using the flesh color out of the pastel colors just to put in little highlight areas and to blend together a little bit. Yes, exactly. It is so much easier. I have too many cases. We won't talk about cases. I have to get some more. My mom got me into coloring one time when we were out camping. My husband bought me some coloring books and pencil crayons when I got sick, and because I couldn't go to restaurants or anything like that. So when we would go out, if him and the kids wanted something to eat or something, or if I wasn't feeling well, I can just sit in the RV and color while they went and did their thing. So that started me on it, and I did a couple of pictures, and then I found out that my mom colors. And when we were out camping with her, she the set of pencils I had that I was coloring with, they would frustrate me, and she couldn't figure out why I was always frustrated with my pencils. And while we were coloring, she looked at my pencils and she said, "You know, these are watercolor pencils, right?" I did not know that any such thing existed. And that was the start of my coloring journey, was learning how to use watercolor pencils instead of actual pencils. And then learning how to use pencils instead of um, markers, because pencils would frustrate me because I would always end up with these areas that looked like it was full of pock marks because the tooth was sticking through, and or I'd smashed the tooth down so much that I couldn't blend it, or it just looked horrible whenever I tried to blend something or add more colors than one color. And so then I started watching YouTube channels and watching other colorists and watching my mom, and stuff like that. And it just sort of developed. And then I started, you know, trying different pencils. And I found that for every coloring book I had, a different set of pencils actually worked on it. You know, so if I had one set of pencils, 9 times out of 10 it wasn't going to work in the book I was working in. So I ended up starting to collect pencils to find out what pencils worked in the books I was using. And then I found PDFs, and yeah, it's been a journey ever since. And it's a relaxing, fun outlet for um, creativity. It also keeps me from being stressed out. I don't get stressed out very often, and my life is not stressful. So, but I got sick, and when I got sick, it was pretty much the only thing I could do. And yeah, so now I color. But yeah, that's how my journey started. It's all my mom's fault. We're gonna blame her. Not that I blame her, because it's something that I enjoy doing, and then I got it in my head that, you know, I could do this on YouTube. And I started with another YouTuber, and that didn't work out, so I started my own channel. And that's how we are here. But it took me a long time to figure out how to actually color, you know, and get the look of reality into it, I guess. Not of dimension into it is the better word. Not just a flat piece of paper look. And I'm still learning how to do that, so. Now I'm just using the 3 different flushes here. I've got the medium flush, the light flush, and the flush tone out of the Pastello pencils. And I'm just gradually bringing it in and blending it together to get a good look of the flush here. Making sure that it's movement. Well, it's not like I'm blaming her. It's my husband started it. He started it by buying me a fairy, one of the um, Creative Heaven coloring books, and a set of pencils, just so that I had something to do, so I wasn't bored while they were out doing their thing, because I couldn't go. And it used to bug him really bad that I would be not able to go. So he started it. It's just my mom refined it. And my mom is an awesome colorist. She's just phenomenal. And one day I'll be up there with her talent, but I'm getting there. I'm moving towards it. But it's like they say, you can't really compare yourself to anybody else, because everybody has their own style, their own way. Yeah, they are. They're doing a fantastic job in blending those other shades together. He, you're blaming your kid. Yeah. Yeah, my kids have no idea what to get me anymore. Move down from the chest here into the ribs. Yes, my hubby is my rock. He takes very good care of me and make sure that I'm as healthy as I can be. You know, there are some days where I just want to say, yuck, I don't want to. And he gets me up and says, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I really want you to. So. Yeah, exactly. And that's where a lot of people are starting to get hooked is COVID hit. But I had to throw out the exclamation point Bob for my hubby. And he is. Without him, I would be nowhere. Yes, the blame always goes back to mom. Okay. So I think his skin tones are coming together pretty good. Yes, Amazon is one of those places that loves us. I think I'm going to take this one, which is a chrome oxide green fiery, and we're going to sharpen it. Just to get a good little point on it. We're just going to put a couple of touches of it in between his scales and around the edges a little bit. Just needed that little tiny extra pop there. Same with his belly button. And then we're going to go around his little spots. I haven't been to the Blick store yet, so I keep on asking my husband to take me, and he was supposed to take me for my birthday last year, and then COVID hit. I think my husband, was quite happy when COVID hit. I don't think he wanted to take me to Blick's. No, he wasn't happy at all when COVID hit because he has to work through it. No, that's not the one I wanted. I want ice, 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 baby. Hi, Star. How you doing, Russ? I'm so glad you were able to make it. Did the puppy get her trim? Yeah, my guy's not computer challenged, that's for sure. He knows everything I order before I order it. Yes, I know it's Russ. I'm glad you made it in. Those pictures you've been doing lately are just phenomenal. That little mousy dude is just, winning my heart every time you do it. I'm gonna have to buy that book now. Enabler. Like I need any more books. I'm not buying any more books. Just like I'm not buying any more pencils. Although Castle Arts almost had me this morning. Not yet. Keep on telling myself I'm not buying any more pencils. I'm not buying any more pencils. And then I buy another set of pencils. But it's all for you guys. That's what I keep telling myself. I do it for you so that you can be informed when you do your shopping. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Getting your bike out and cleaning up for spring. Can you come do my gardening for me? I got a sunburn last time I went outside. You are welcome. Not sure if you're thanking me for buying all these pencils or for the compliments on your pictures, because both you are welcome. It's just my story and I'm sticking to it though. Good luck with that. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that. Although I don't think there's many more pencils out there that I don't already have. I know. I need to keep you informed. I'm still waiting to hear from Faber-Castell on the classics that I bought. I think they're just made for a different market myself. And they just haven't released the full set to the US market. It's kind of what I'm hoping anyway. This is from Meadow Haven, Adele Lorraine. Oh, that's an idea. I was going to do them all this blue-green color. Yeah, the pastels are doing really nice. And I'm mixing them with Faber-Castells with the polychromos, and they're blending really nicely together, which is awesome. Let's try one of those in the flesh tone and see how it looks. I can always erase it, right? And then we'll take our yeah, I don't think I like that. Yeah, these ones here, the ones that have the name on the end like this, are the Pastello. And these ones here are the Faber-Castell Polychromos, because I wanted to play with them together. I'm not sure I like that. I erase that because I don't like it. Don't like it. It looks a little too pink. Hi, Joyce. I wish it would rain around here. We haven't got enough rain. It's been a very dry spring. It's supposed to rain next week, but we'll see. Alright, so we're just going to go back to doing it the greens and blues, or green and light green. So I'm using a polychromo chrome oxide fiery, which is the dark green, well, the dark aquatic color. And I'm using ice green for the lighter color out of the pastellos. And I'm blending the pastellos into the Faber-Castells because I find that the Faber-Castells are lacking in those nice soft pastel-y colors. And I wanted to see if these would blend together really nicely, and they do. Yeah, I stocked mine for a while there. Blue and close to the end where when it reached U.S. soil, it kind of went dead in the water for a little while. And I watched it and I watched it and it wasn't moving. It wasn't moving. I was about to send the seller an email saying, okay, it got to U.S. soil, but I don't see any more movement on it. And it suddenly said out for delivery. Oh, yeah. No, it's way warmer than that here. Oddly enough, it's almost summer summer temperatures here in Oregon. We don't usually get really, really hot, but we're getting warmer than normal for spring. All right. Now we're going to put these aside and we're going to take our blues again and we're going to finish his arms. Oh, okay. Well, fine. Go adult. I am adulting. I'm adult coloring. Have a good day. Don't work too hard, Joyce. Or Della, sorry. I saw Joyce's name say bye, Della. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's been nice and sunny here, like to a point where I got a sunburn. I mowed the lawn, so all this part here burnt, all this part here didn't. It's so funny looking. All right, so with that being said, I'm gonna sharpen up my cobalt turquoise. I'm gonna do it over here so I don't shake y'all up. Nothing worse than getting seasick while somebody's coloring mermaids. Or merman, because there's a mermaid there, merman here. Yeah, the weather has been absolutely insane. Here at this time of year, it's usually in the low 70s and it's been in the mid 80s. Out on my front porch anyway. So I'm just putting in the shadow lines. Give that dimension. He's got some swimming fins going on there, that's for sure. And we're just going to come up in here a little bit. And up in here as well. With that cobalt turquoise color. Maybe a little bit down his neck too. There we go. And how did that go for you? I get number 2 on Thursday. So hopefully I'll be okay for Friday because I got all sorts of things coming in and I got stuff to do. I really don't want to be out because of it. My husband was not feeling good the day of the shot and feeling a little bit worse the next day, and then the next day he was fine. Let's make sure that I'm still in screen for you. Oh, what's the time? Okay, we still got about half an hour. Just giving a little bit of shadow to the inside of his hand here. He doesn't seem to have any fingernails, oddly enough. Yeah, my husband and I both had the Pfizer, and the first shot for me on the Pfizer, the first day I had this weird ache in my bones, and the second day it ran down my arm that I had the shot in, and felt all weird and whatnot, and then the next day I was fine. Went and had a nap and I was fine. So I'm just bringing that blue up into the arm. And blending that in. Yeah. My husband didn't have too many troubles with the second shot. Like I said, he had the chills the first day and a bit of a fever the next day, and then it was gone. Thank you. So the 2 pencils I'm using now are the Aqua out of the Pastello and the Porcelain Blue out of the Pastello. And once again, I'll just throw this out there. The Pastellos are a very, very light um, pencil, so they do need to be layered to get a good color consistency. You can strong arm them if you want to, but you're not going to have any tooth. You'll have no tooth left in your pen paper at all. And I chose the wrong paper for this. I think I chose a marker paper when I printed this because this paper is really smooth. So I'm surprised they're going down at all. Yes, I have. I don't normally, but I have mixed the Pastello, the Astra Pastello colored pencils with the Faber-Castell Polychromos because Faber-Castell does not have a lot of really soft colors in their lineup. So I wanted to test if I could get the soft colors to blend well with the brighter, bolder colors of the Faber-Castells. And they work really nice together. And I was really, really happy. I don't normally mix pencils, but I think this is going to have a permanent home because I was trying to figure out a good home for them too. But I think these are going to be permanently housed with the Faber-Castells, so they could be used together with those. And I'll keep the chart with the Faber-Castells as well, because they do work really nice together, and it just gives that extra boost to your highlights and everything else with your Faber-Castells, which is wonderful. Yeah, normally I don't mix brands, but today, yeah, let's give it a shot. And another thing I'm finding, now that I've knocked the tip down on these a bit, um, the duller the pencil, it seems the better the color's coming down. So, oh, sec, let me see. I am going to be putting them in the same case, yes. I haven't put them in the case yet. I wanted to make sure that they worked well together first. I know it's going to knock my alphabetical order out of place though, and that might drive me crazy. I may have to rename them. Because you all know that I've got them on my shelves in their cases in alphabetical order. No, I was going to put them in the case with the um, Holbeins, but I already have all these colors, the exact same colors, in with the Holbeins. So why not use them somewhere else where they could be, mixed in and enhance other things, right? But yeah, I was going to put them in the case with the Holbeins as a alternative to their pastel set. But then I thought, I've got lots of other colored pencils that don't have a lot of really nice light colors. Let's see if they'll work with those. And yay, they work. And it seems that the duller the pencils are, the better they color. Which is really cool. So I will have to make note of that because I am one to keep my pencils at a very sharp point all the time. And it may also be the paper that I'm using because, like I said, I'm not using the right paper for this either. So I think I printed on marker paper. I think I grabbed the wrong paper out of my folder when I put it through the printer because this is a lot smoother than my color pencil paper. Oh, repositioning my Fabers. I have enough room in the end of my Faber set to put in all these pencils, so it should be okay. I'm just going to have to not put the Astra there. I'll put it somewhere reminding me that they're there, but otherwise I'm going to have to just suck it up, I guess. Hopefully you're not just getting the back of my hand. Nobody said anything, so. All right. Oh no, they color down. They lay color down really, really nicely. Um, and they layer really, really nicely. It's just I don't feel any tooth on the paper, which is, you know, one of those things that you kind of expect to feel when you're using colored pencils. And I'm not feeling any tooth at all. They're really smooth. So I don't know if that's the oil on the pencils or if it's the paper, but I can feel the paper is quite smooth too. So I'm pretty sure I grabbed the paper I usually use for marker coloring. Which is still good paper, it's just it's not as toothy as the paper I use for color pencils. I'm just going around these dots with the Chrome Oxide Green Fiery, or number 276. If you don't have an old set of polys. I know I haven't done his face yet, and that's just because I'm trying to figure out the best way to do his face. I have ideas in my brain and then I have to figure out how to do them. I'm not sure if I want to do his ears the same tone as his arms and his tail and bring it down into his cheeks area and then do the rest in the skin tones or not. But it is 1:45, so let's take a look at this. Can't believe we've already been doing this for an hour and 45 minutes. And how does he look so far, guys? We've got his torso done. Excuse me. Hold on one second. I think I need more coffee. All right. These clownfish. Want me to color the clownfish? I need some orange and a little bit of yellow and creamy white color. So an ivory, I think. And a little bit of red. Nice red orange there. So I think dark cadmium orange. Let's see if I can transfer you over to the close-up. So there's our little clownfish. Try to remember how to color a clownfish. And then we're going to grab apricot. Apricot. Yeah, can you tell I'm having fun with these? Blending them together. I'm going to bump you in a little bit there. I'm going to see if I can zoom you in a little bit. There we go. Is that too far? Let's tip you up a bit. There. So there's our little clownfish. And I'm using the dark cadmium orange, which is number 115 in my set. It's probably a different, it might be different in yours, I don't know. I know that some of the color names have changed, so. Yes, Nemo and Father. Nemo's hiding back there. Well, I'm so glad he found Nemo. On my page. Nemo is on my page. He's found his father. All is good. Okay, and then we're going to use a little bit of cream and a little bit of Naples yellow out of the, get over there. So we're going to use cream and Naples yellow out of the Astra set. Just using the Naples yellow on the edges here. And we'll go in with cream. And then we'll do down here and up here. And then we have a little clownfish. Hi, Rosario. So now we have a little clownfish. And I think I want to take a little bit of red. Which one? This one. We're going to take a deep red. And we're just going to outline his little eye there. And his little lip. Maybe get into his fins a little bit. There we go. There's our little clownfish. There we go. We've got a clownfish. I'll switch you back over there. I think he looks pretty good. All right, guys, this is as far as we're going to get today. I will go through and pick some other colors for next week, and we will continue this next week. I am going to try a couple of things for the water and the background and that, so it doesn't take forever, a million evers, to do the background. So I'm going to print this out again and test it on inks and gel crayons and whatnot, and see what we can do about this entire background to make sure that it gets the definition that it needs, but won't take 24 hours to do it. Yes, Rosario, you did. I've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. So we'll play with different mediums next week. Yes, he is a good merman, and he's got his merwoman back there. I tested her with greens, so I will do her in greens next week as well. Well, we'll see where we get. I'll try to get him all finished up. I will probably work on his tail and the rest of this arm off screen because I've already done this part. So I'll do up his tail and his arm, and we'll do up his hair and his face and the seahorses and Nemo and his mer wife over there. We'll get all those done up next week, and I'll play with some different mediums for doing the background, either paints or whatnot. Bye, Barb. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much, Russ. That's all right. It's every Saturday and every Wednesday. You know, of course, the great thing is, Rosario, is you can definitely watch it over again if you decide that you want to watch it, because now it's going to become a recording. Yes, it is such a nice picture. And of course, it covers me for Mermaid as well as the manly, what was it called? Manly May in Color hashtags. I know I did them last week too, but yeah, I'll do them again. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And of course, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Bye bye for now, guys.